Beloved child, before the earth knew your name, before breath touched your lungs, I had already drawn my sword for you. You were not yet aware, not yet formed, but I had already spoken victory over your life. You see, the enemy marked you not because of who you were, but because of who I destined you to become. So while you slept in innocence, I stood in warfare. I watched over the silent nights, the hidden wounds, the quiet tears no one noticed. Every lie whispered to your soul, every shame that tried to bury your light, I heard them all. And though you didn't hear my voice then, I was thundering through the heavens in your defense. The battle you didn't see, I fought it with the love that never sleeps. There were moments when darkness tried to convince you that you were forgotten, but I never left. I placed angels on every side, commanding them to guard you in your valleys. Even when your heart questioned me, I remained unshaken in my faithfulness. Because your pain did not disqualify you, it called me closer. I held back forces that would have crushed you. I silenced accusations that were never yours to carry. I bound spirits of despair that tried to claim your destiny. Not because you earned it, but because I chose you. My covenant with you was not based on your strength, but mine. When you walked into places you shouldn't have, I went with you. When you trusted those who broke you, I gathered the pieces. When fear became your compass, I gently whispered you back to truth. Not once did I abandon you, not once. Even when you thought the silence meant absence, I was moving mountains out of your way. The enemy does not understand mercy, but I do. That's why I kept forgiving you even when you couldn't forgive yourself. That's why I lifted you when shame said you should stay buried. That's why I've covered you with garments of righteousness. Even when you stood in rags, beloved, the war around you is real, but my presence is more powerful. I have never been defeated, and I never will be. Hell may have roared, but heaven responded with authority. And I sent my son not just to save you once, but to walk with you daily in victory. There were moments when the weight was too much and your hands let go, but mine never did. I held you when no one else could see. I cried when you cried. I stood where you collapsed. I fought when you had no strength, and I still do. You didn't see the darkness that tried to steal your breath in the night, but I did. You didn't hear the curses spoken over your destiny, but I silenced them. You didn't feel the dagger aimed at your back, but I turned it away. You didn't know how near death came, but I shielded you. I am not just a savior when you notice me, I am a defender even when you forget me. That is who I am. You are not weak because you wept. You are not lost because you wandered. You are not forgotten because you doubted. You are not unworthy because you failed. You are mine because I declared it before time began. And I do not revoke what I establish. I poured my spirit into your soul so that you would rise again. I anointed your wounds so they would testify. I allowed the fire not to burn you, but to reveal me walking in it with you. I wasn't the storm, I was the voice commanding it to cease. So hear me now. This battle is not yours, it has always been mine, and I have never lost a fight. You thought you were abandoned in the silence, but it was in that silence I sharpened your discernment. You thought delay meant denial, but I was building a foundation that could hold the weight of glory. You thought I was distant, but I was simply defending you from battles you were not meant to see. Do not curse the unseen. Rejoice in what I have shielded you from, for the blood that covers you still speaks a better word. The cross was not a symbol, it was a sword. It pierced the heavens and cut through every chain the enemy tried to place upon you. You may feel tired, but you are still standing because I lifted you. You may feel surrounded, but I have filled the air with angels. You may feel forgotten, but my name is still etched on your heart. So let me remind you of what is true. You are more than a survivor, you are more than a wounded soul. You are a testimony in motion, a redeemed one walking forward. You are not the sum of what happened to you, you are the fulfillment of what I promised. And the battle you didn't see, I won it. Stay near me. Let my word be your sword, my presence, your shelter, my love, your breath. I will not only fight for you, I will teach your hands to war. I will make your feet like deer's feet so you rise on the heights. I will cause even your enemies to acknowledge that I have been with you. I am not finished. This is just the beginning. You belong to me, your father, your defender, your first love, child of my heart. Let me take you deeper into the battlefield you never saw. There were moments I stood between you and destruction, moments when your name was spoken in the realm of darkness, yet I answered with my light. They plotted, but I scattered. They spoke death, but I breathed life. You were not aware, but the hour you were most fragile, I encamped around your mind. I wrapped your thoughts in my truth, while lies circled like vultures. Even when the pain became your only language, I translated every groan, every sigh, into a cry for help, and I came. The world taught you to fight with your fists, but I trained your heart. My sword is not forged in hatred, it is lit by love. While evil sharpened its blades, I sharpened your faith. And in every unseen war, love stood taller than hatred, and mercy outshouted judgment. There were demons that knew your name, but trembled at mine. They saw you as weak, but they saw me standing with you. That's why the battle shifted. That's why you woke up still breathing when death had already decided it was your hour. I said no, and when I say no, nothing moves forward. There were dreams I gave you that the enemy tried to bury in disappointment, but I planted them deeper, because seeds die before they rise. And I was not growing comfort, I was growing resurrection, that your tears were not wasted. Each one watered the ground for miracles. You did not weep in vain, you did not mourn without witness. I collected each one and turned them into songs of deliverance. You thought you lost your voice, but I was giving you a testimony. They laughed when you stumbled, but I celebrated when you stood again. They mocked your prayers, but I counted every syllable. They cursed your efforts, but I crowned your perseverance. Heaven never overlooked your small beginnings. When others left, I drew near. When your name was used to wound you, I called you by your true name, redeemed. When you were misjudged, I sat beside you in silence. When you had no words left to pray, I interceded for you. This world forgot how sacred your soul is, but I did not. I know what I planted in you. I know the blueprint, I know the cost of your calling. That's why I fought so fiercely for every part of you, even the parts you wanted to discard. I stood in front of arrows. I shattered contracts written against your peace. I overturned verdicts not spoken by my mouth. I broke chains so ancient you didn't know you were dragging them, but I saw it all, and I loosed them one by one. You are here because I warred for you. Now, listen closely. The battle that surrounds you today is not a sign of abandonment, it is a sign of your anointing. Storms don't chase empty vessels, they chase the ones filled with destiny. I'm not just trying to deliver you, I'm trying to raise you. You will no longer walk unaware. You will see with clarity what the enemy fears. Not your past, not your pain, but the purity I am birthing in you, the new heart, the healed voice, the authority that only comes from surviving what tried to destroy you. You will learn to war not with bitterness, but with worship, not with striving, but with surrender, not with rage, but with rest. You will stand firm, not because you are invincible, but because you are immovable in me. Beloved, I go before you, I stand behind you, I am within you. The battle you didn't see was only the beginning. Now, I am teaching you how to stand, how to speak, how to carry peace like a weapon, how to glow with a light no darkness can comprehend. You were fought for because you are dangerous to darkness. This is why I loved you through your rebellion. This is why I rescued you even when you ran. This is why I called you even when your ears were deaf to me. Because I never gave up, and I never will. Your defender, your light, your everlasting God-beloved warrior. You have walked through shadows, and learned to hear my voice in the dark. You have stumbled, but you did not stay down. You have been accused, but you are not condemned. The very breath in your lungs today is proof that grace triumphed over destruction. Let me show you what was happening while you thought I was silent. In the moments you begged for answers and received none, I was crafting a victory so complete that it required your trust, not your understanding. You asked me to take the pain away, but I was transforming you through it. You asked me why the storm came, but I was anchoring you deeper. You thought I left when you cried, but I was closer than your tears. I sat in the ashes with you. I spoke through the silence. I waited for you to notice that even when everything felt lost, your soul was still alive, and that meant I was still fighting. My child, I fought battles in dimensions you have no language for. I stood between you and spirits of despair that sought to swallow your purpose. I broke altars raised against your name in places you never walked. I tore up the maps that the enemy drew to your soul. You thought the delay was punishment, but it was preservation. If I had answered every prayer on your timeline, you would have missed what I prepared in secret. I was not late, I was layering your foundation with strength unshakable. Do not despise your scars. They are not shameful, they are sacred. They are signs that you walked through war and survived. I kissed each one with purpose. I marked you not with wounds of defeat, but with the evidence of deliverance. That the enemy hoped you would hate me. He whispered that I betrayed you. He tried to make you bitter at the very one who was holding your name in his hands, but you didn't let go. You questioned me. Yes, you wrestled. But even then I held you. You are not weak because you asked. Why? You are not faithless because you cried. Faith isn't the absence of struggle, it's the decision to hold on even when everything tells you to let go. Asterisk, I guarded your heart through betrayal. Even when you gave it away too freely, I pulled you out of cycles that were never written in your destiny. I disrupted comfort so that you would awaken to your true calling. You didn't understand why certain doors closed, but I was not denying why I was directing you. Some of those doors had traps behind them. Others led to versions of yourself that I never intended for you. My no was never rejection, it was redirection. The battle you didn't see was not only for your life, it was for your identity. The enemy wanted you to forget who you are, but I never let your true name fade. Even when you called yourself broken, I still called you chosen. Even when you saw yourself through the lens of failure, I saw you through the blood of the Lamb. You are still called, you are still holy in my sight. You are still anointed, you are still loved. Let me speak this into your soul. No weapon formed against you has prospered, not because they weren't formed, but because I stood in their path. Not because you were strong enough, but because I shielded you with my promise. Your name was spoken in heaven long before it was attacked on earth. Your purpose was written in glory long before it was threatened by pain, and I have not changed my mind. The people who left you, I allowed it. The seasons that broke you, I used them. The nights that crushed you, I rebuilt you. You see a mess, I see a vessel. You see the ashes, I see the altar. You see failure, I see the fire that will never go out. So, do not turn your eyes from me. I am still guiding. I am still protecting. I am still speaking. You are still the one I love, and I have not lost sight of your future. I will reveal to you, in time, the full weight of what I rescued you from, and you will weep not in grief, but in awe. You will lift your hands, not in desperation, but in gratitude, that you are not the same as you were. You are stronger, softer, deeper, wiser. This is what redemption looks like. I have fought for you in the night. Now walk with me in the light. Your everlasting protector, my beloved. By now you've felt the weight of my presence returning in places you thought were barren. The dry ground within you has started to tremble, for the seeds I planted long ago are waking. You are not who you were when the battle began. You carry within you now the rhythm of heaven's heartbeat, the steady pulse of a soul that was fought for and claimed. Come closer. There is more I want to reveal. There were moments you called out to me with nothing but breath. I heard that. The moments you sat in silence, unsure of what to say, I received that. When you felt unworthy to even speak my name, I whispered yours instead. And when guilt tried to chain you, my mercy broke it apart. What you didn't see was how your name was written on my hands, not with ink, not with dust, but with the blood that sealed your redemption. You didn't know I walked through your memories, healing the wounds others left behind. You didn't realize that while you tried to move on, I was mending what broke. When you were too young to name the pain, you asked me, why didn't you stop it? And I tell you now, I never authored the evil that touched you. I wept as it unfolded, but I swore to redeem it all. I never turned my face from you. I stood beside you, even when no one else did. And I promised that no pain would be wasted. A moment, not a breath, not a tear. You wondered if you were too late, too lost, too far, but grace cannot be outrun. I chased you down every path you took. I waited at every detour, and when you finally turned around, you found I was already standing there. Your heart is holy ground to me, and even now I am planting new strength in your soul. I'm not just healing you, I'm restoring what you didn't know you lost. I'm placing armor on your spirit that glows with my light. I'm giving you keys to open doors you once thought were closed forever. You didn't see the way I silenced the voices in the spirit realm that accused you day and night, but I did. You didn't see how many times I shielded you from collapse, when one more blow could have shattered you completely. But I was there, catching what others dropped. This is not just about survival anymore. This is about reigning with me. There are victories ahead that your past cannot cancel. There are thrones of peace I'm seating you in, not because of your perfection, but because of your surrender. There are things I've hidden inside your spirit that are now ready to bloom. The battle you didn't see was always about what was within you. That secret place in your soul where my spirit dwells. That quiet room I built where no darkness could invade. That's where the real war was. That's what I defended. Do you feel the shift? Do you feel the air clearing around you? It's not just recovery, it's resurrection. I never let the fire consume you. I allowed it to refine you. I never let the water drown you. I called you to walk through it with me. I never let the pit be your grave. I made it your testimony. You are not a prisoner of what happened. You are a carrier of what I am doing. I tell you this now. Nothing that was sent to destroy you succeeded. Nothing that tried to steal your purpose can erase what I have written. No word spoken in hatred can outlast the word I spoke over your life. So walk now with holy boldness. You are no longer under siege, you are under covenant. Heaven has released assignments upon your life that were held back until now. because only now are you able to walk in them with humility, with power, with purity. This is the appointed time. The fruit is ready. The river flows. The gate is open. You will see what I see. You will love with my heart. You will speak, and darkness will tremble. You will rest night in defeat, but in dominion the enemy knows he failed, and now he fears what will come from the ashes of what he tried to bury, because what arises from holy surrender cannot be stopped. So keep walking, keep trusting, keep speaking what I place in your mouth. You are not walking alone. I am the one who stood in the fire, the one who silenced the storm, the one who sang over you while you slept. I am the one who fought when you didn't know there was a war, and I am still the one who will never let you fall. This is not the end of your battle. It is the beginning of your reign. With eternal love, your king, your champion, your constant light. My precious one, now you walk not as one merely spared, but as one chosen, not as one rescued only, but as one crowned. You were not delivered to wander, but to carry the banner of the one who has never lost a battle. The war that raged unseen, the war won in secret, is now bearing fruit in the open. You have walked with me through fire, through silence, through breaking, and I have made you a vessel that can now carry glory. Not the glory that fades like man's applause, but the weighty, eternal glory that reshapes atmospheres and calls dead things back to life. Do you feel the shift within you? The strength that now comes not from striving but from surrender. That is the power of a heart made whole by my hands. And it is through that heart that I will now pour rivers of life into places long forgotten. What was once hidden is now beginning to shine. What once felt like ruin now radiates resurrection. What you thought disqualified you, I have turned into the very oil that will anoint others. Yes, child, you will anoint others not because you are flawless, but because you carry my fragrance. Your journey is no longer a wound, it is a weapon of healing. Your scars are no longer sources of shame, they are sacred imprints of where I fought for you. The battle was never just about you. Every time I lifted you, I was preparing you to lift others. Every time I restored your hope, I was planting it deep enough to overflow. Every lie that was broken in you now becomes truth. You will declare with fire. Every chain that fell from you becomes a sound of freedom for someone still bound. I did not merely rescue you to rest, I rescued you to rise. I am awakening the voice within you, the voice that once trembled in fear but now carries my authority. You will speak with clarity. You will love without caution. You will pray and darkness will scatter, because you know now, deep in your bones, who fights for you. The battle you didn't see shaped the warrior you didn't know you were. It's time to walk as one who knows. I have dressed you in armor not made of metal, but of mercy. I have crowned you not with gold, but with grace. I have called you not merely to survive, but to stand in rooms where you once felt invisible. Stand before voices that once silenced you. Stand on ground once ruled by fear, and declare, "It holy dart, you have no idea how many angels I assigned to watch over your calling. You have no idea how many times your name echoed in heaven while you wept on earth. But know this, I was always near. I am near still. Let me tell you something holy. Every prayer you whispered in weakness was stronger than the enemy's loudest threats. Every act of love you gave while bleeding made demons flee. Every time you forgave without apology, heaven rejoiced. You do not need a stage to carry power. You do not need a title to walk in victory. You only need to remember who you are in me. This season will be different, not because the world changes, but because you do. You will carry peace into conflict. You will carry healing into brokenness. You will carry truth into confusion, and most of all, you will carry me. You are not forgotten in this world. I have etched you into my plan. You are not one among many. You are one I died for. You are not overlooked. You are anointed. The battle I won for you was not just about survival. It was about placement, about purpose, about revealing my power through your life. So now rise, not with fear, but with the quiet confidence of one who knows the outcome was settled long ago. I am not just the God who saves, I am the God who sends. And I am sending you into places where hearts are still trembling, into lives where lies still rule, into darkness that forgot what light feels like. Go not with pressure, but with presence. Go not with a script, but with surrender. Go knowing that I go with you. You are the echo of my victory. You are the fragrance of redemption. You are the testimony the enemy feared would rise, and now you have risen forever and always. The one who fought and still walks beside you, my radiant one. There is a sound heaven hears that the world often misses. The sound of a soul becoming whole, and that sound has risen from you. From every place you once mourned, worship now rises. From every scar that once bled silently, strength now shines. You are not only walking in the aftermath of a battle, I am inviting you to walk in the atmosphere of my presence, the kind that changes landscapes, shifts generations, and awakens sleeping hearts. The victory I gave you was not shallow. It went to the roots, it broke cycles, it severed ancestral chains. It silenced inner vows you didn't even know you made. The enemy wanted your future to be a copy of your past, but I rewrote the script. I edited your legacy. I inserted my promise into your bloodline. Can you see now how deep my love went? Not just into the wounds, but into the systems that caused them. Not just into the habits, but into the pain that shaped them. Not just into your mind, but into your soul, where I whispered, "You are mine, still mine, forever mine." And when I called you mine, I did not speak it as a label. I declared it as a banner, a covering, a seal that hell cannot remove. The battle that you didn't see wasn't only to keep you breathing. It was to make you whole. You learned to sing in the wilderness, now you will lead others out of it. You learned to believe when hope was faint. Now your faith will ignite others. You learned to stand with trembling knees. Now your steps will steady many. But child, never forget this strength is not yours alone. It is borrowed from grace. It is borrowed from the one who fought in your place. So stay close to me. Let your strength never become independence. Let your confidence never become distance. Let your calling never become performance. For I desire not just your victory, I desire your heart. Come back often to our quiet place. Come back to the stillness that sings louder than applause. Come back to the altar where your tears once fell, and let new joy arise. I am still speaking in the secret place. I am still pouring oil in hidden spaces. I am still refining, not because you are broken, but because you are being made ready for even more. More what? More clarity, more authority, more compassion, more fire. You will carry a word that breaks yokes. You will carry presence that disturbs principalities. You will walk into places and peace will settle because you are there. Because I am with you, because I am in you, because I go before you. The battle you didn't see trained you for battles you will now see and win. Not with human strategy, but with divine sensitivity. Not with weapons of man, but with weapons of light, truth, love, obedience, worship. These are not weak, they are weapons of heaven, and you, beloved, have been entrusted with them. Do not be discouraged by resistance. It is only evidence that darkness still fears your presence. Do not shrink because of warfare. You have been through worse, and you are still here. Let the memories of past battles fuel your praise. Let the knowledge of who I am anchor your soul. Let the victories you now walk in point others to me. You are not a monument to pain. You are a messenger of my power. And wherever I send you, chains will fall not because of your might, but because of my spirit. And where chains fall, stories change. And when stories change, generations change. This is why I fought for you. This is why I preserved you. This is why I crowned you with mercy. Not just to heal you, but to send you. Not just to save you, but to shine through you. Not just to lift you, but to reveal myself in you. I am not done. This is still only the beginning. Yours eternally, the one who fights, finishes, and fills. My beloved, my reflection, now that you've seen the battlefield through my eyes, now that you've tasted the goodness born of war and fire, I want to whisper to your soul a final truth. I did not just win a battle for you, I won eternity with you. This was never only about your survival in a broken world. It was always about our eternal communion, our unbreakable bond. I endured the cross with you in mind. I endured your rejections, your silence, your questions, because I knew what waited on the other side. Your trust, your love, your surrender. Look at you now. You once thought you were forgotten, but you became the dwelling place of my glory. You once thought you were lost, but I called your name and you answered. You once thought you had no place, but I prepared a table before your enemies and placed your seat at the center. You are not a product of the pain, you are a revelation of my plan. The things that once held you back now bow to the authority I've awakened in you. The voices that once mocked your faith now grow silent in awe of your endurance. Not because you were perfect, but because you remained, and in remaining, you became a testimony. You see, when the battle raged around you, it wasn't just your future that was under attack, it was the future of those attached to your obedience. The enemy feared the chain reaction of your healing. He feared the sound of your freedom. He feared the light that would spill out of your worship, because worship is what carried you through. Worship is what crowned you in the unseen. Worship is what confused the enemy and comforted your soul. And now, child, my warrior, my beloved, commission you. Go with joy, not as a soldier worn and scarred, but as a son, a daughter, crowned with my peace. Go with clarity, not every answer, but a heart that trusts beyond sight. Go with confidence, not arrogance, but the unshakable assurance of one who knows who stands with them. You are not walking into a battlefield anymore. You are walking into the harvest of the prayers sown in tears, the harvest of obedience when no one saw, the harvest of faith that didn't flinch. And the fruit will not only nourish you, it will feed the broken, it will heal the weary, it will awaken the slumbering. Because what I grew in you cannot be contained. Your voice will echo freedom, your hands will restore, your feet will carry peace, your story will shine with redemption. Thus is your inheritance, not because you earned it, but because I won it. The battle is not just over, it has been transformed into a testimony, and I will use it. I will use every moment, every mistake, every tear, every silence. Nothing was wasted. Nothing is missing. Nothing is beyond my redemption. Now live like one who has seen me fight, and live like one who knows they are loved. Live like one who understands what it means to belong. You are mine, not just for a moment, not just for a season, but forever, and forever I will be with you, in the fire, in the stillness, in the joy, in the morning, in the rising, in the running. Always you are the one I fought for, and you are the one I now walk with. Your everlasting defender, your father, your king, your home,